Hi, this is Paul from globaltradingsoftware.com, and this is a futures day trading tutorial. I'm using the MotiveWave platform today because we've just released the BIAS Heatmap here down at the bottom for MotiveWave. So I wanted to look at the uses of that for confirmation of signals, and we're going to use the 15-minute on ES, looking at Harmonics, because we haven't looked at Harmonics for a while, plus also then the xBratAlgo. We're going to tie in the manager there to manage those trades and really look at how that heat map's going to help us with signals and when not to take the trades as well. So this is the 15-minute recently on ES. We have a back pattern form automatically on our Auto Harmonics software, and this green zone here is the automated sort of completion zone for that D pivot. If it completes in there, there's a high probability it's going to go on and do that resulting trade, if you like. So if it's coloured in green, it's going to go long. But we need confirmation to help us with entries there. Sometimes we can get in quite early if we've got confirmations, but then we've also got, I've already put this in here, this resistance zone between the A and the C pivot. That's always something to consider as well, breaking out through that. So if we look down the BIAS heat map here, once the D pivot starts to form, you can see we're on the day trading heat map setting right now. We've got mainly red, we've got a little bit of yellow, which is neutral, and a bit of green there. So, you know, an aggressive entry into this right now is not sensible. We start to then, we go all red at this point, we come back down to test this completion zone. Then we start to move up, and then on this green candle here, which tests this C pivot, the BIAS Depth Heatmap, all 6 time frames, so it looks up 6 time frames automatically, are all green. So the depth of bias is bullish, will look good to go. So sensible entry strategy, breaking out of this A and C pivot resistance zone, and we get a really great long trade. You see now, this is where the manager comes in as well. We don't panic at this point. We get a pullback against that move, but see the blue dots underneath? That's lower than average volume, okay? So this is lower than average volume pullback. The cloud, or the ribbon as we call it for the manager, is still green also. So no need to panic, and look what happens. It then goes hell for leather higher again, okay? At this point here, we're higher than average volume, but we get higher than average volume rejection here of those highs. Again, then we get another higher than average volume here. So that could be an aggressive exit for that, with that rejection, that doji up there. But then it goes sideways. Okay, we get a 4-star xBratAlgo signal short here. Look at the BIAS Depth Heat Map. Only 3 out of the 6 are red, 2 are neutral, and the highest time frame is still on green. We ignore the signal. Not every single, we need signal and confirmation, and this is where the BIAS heat map goes in. If we're looking for the ribbon to help us manage this initial trade, it never goes red, okay? And then we start to move back up again. So really, you know, that original trade could still be in at this point. But then we get another harmonic pattern form. This time it's a Gartley pattern. Completes in the automated completion zone. Oh, very, very close to. But then how do we look at these big wiki candles here, these rejections both of highs and lows, those dojis there? We do get on this candle here, we get all 6 time frames green. Remember, the auto harmonic pattern is coloured in green, therefore we're only looking for a long trade, but we need to be sensible here. We've got this A and C pivot. We can't get an aggressive entry because of these 2 indecision dojis here. Although we're all green on the BIAS Depth Heat Map, it's probably best to wait until it breaks up above. So we're going pretty much sideways here, in testing this resistance zone, come back down, but then our BIAS heat map goes all green. on this candle here before the breakout. So we can put a stop limit order to go long at this point. We confirmed with the BIAS Depth Heatmap here, all green, and we go long. At this point now, before we talk about the short, we get higher than average volume rejection here, higher than average volume down candle, this sign candle, higher than average volume down candle, get out. 2 in a row is not good, higher than average volume down. So that's pretty much a break even unless you're in that original trade. So we've had 2 trades with the auto harmonics. One was a real good winner, but we waited, we got confirmation from the BIAS Depth Heatmap. This one, a little bit more difficult type of trade, but staying strong, wait for that BIAS Depth Heatmap to give you there, and we get a little trade, probably break even if not that. One thing I'm going to look at now is always, when I look at this, I look at support and resistance zones. Look at the B pivot here and look at the D pivot there. I'm going to push that across because that is always, when you're trading and you're continually trading, day trading, you've got to look for these zones and to keep framing your chart, because this really comes into effect here. So then we get our xBrat 5-star sell signal on this candle here. We look down at the BIAS Depth Heatmap. 3 are red, 1 is yellow, 2 are green. So we're not going to go short just yet. Momentum starts to build. All the green disappears off the BIAS Depth Heatmap. Then we get a 6-star sell here, just going into that support. Okay, 5 out of 6. Now for me, when I'm day trading, 5 out of 6 for the xBratAlgo is pretty hot. We're going to go short below this support zone here. By the time we go short, all 6 are red anyway. When we're going into this support, all 6 are red. On the BIAS Depth Heatmap, we go short. The short continues all the way into the end of the session. You take the profit at your lows if you wish. We then go overnight session, come in there, and we see the ribbon just turns green at this point here. So great looking profit there. So 2 different signal strategies, but the common theme is the management from the manager, but also the confirmation from the BIAS Depth Heatmap. So it doesn't matter what type of signal strategy you're using, the software, you will always need that confirmation of the bias on multiple time frames to give you that confidence that that signal's good, and also sometimes to tell you that the signal, when we look back at this 4-star sell here, that the signal, we ignore it. We've not got the confirmation for that signal, and look what happens. It doesn't go down. So again, this is important that we get signal, confirmation, entry, and then we manage that trade. And we've got all the xBrat indicators are there. We've got quite a few different signal indicators from the xBrat, the auto harmonic, the roller coaster, the Elliott wave. But then we've got xBrat indicators that will give you confirmations for any type of signal, which is the BIAS Depth Heatmap. And then managing it with the manager is crucial as well for any type of strategy. So hopefully this helps. This is the MotiveWave version. On the links below, we'll put the links in for all of the different versions, so you can go on and check them out for different trading platforms. Hopefully that helps. Speak to you all really soon.